Hey, what's up, fools and gals? It's me, CT here, and I'm with the main man, the co-host with the most, Mr.
Sid Retro 727 in the building, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome back, man. You're doing it again.
Hell yeah, ghouls and gals. We're back, and this time with a new film review. Today we're going to be talking about Pinocchio. But before we get into that, we got a
hmm
little bit of Disney news going on. I don't know if you heard about this, Sid, about the latest controversy that's rocking all the Karen's worlds on the fucking internet. The new Little Mermaid trailer just got released. Have you seen the new Little Mermaid trailer?
You know what? I haven't seen it yet. I have not
You
seen it
haven't
yet.
seen it at all, like at all,
I
at
haven't,
all. But
I
I'm sure
haven't
you
seen
know
it yet.
that the Little Mermaid, like everybody's bitching about Little Mermaid, like being black. They're
Oh,
all like,
yeah.
she
I
can't be
know.
black. What?
Black mermaids? What do you
They're like,
mean?
what? They're like,
What the
mermaids
hell?
aren't black, and I'm like, well, they're not real, so I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a pale ginger. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the
I,
fuck?
I just don't understand why people are mad that they added a new color to bless you, sir.
Thank you.
I just think it's weird that people are upset that they added a new color to mermaids. Why is that bad? Mermaids can't have more than one color. There wasn't some people
You
with
know,
melanin under the sea or what? What the fuck?
and I'm sure that there's white mermaids in the movie. You know what I'm saying? She's not the
Yeah,
only one, right?
yeah.
So
She's like, we're
not
all
like
black.
Yeah, it's like there's only one
Yeah,
mermaid and she's black, and there's no other white. There's like, I'm sure there's more. There
they're
probably
like,
is
we're
some
all the
white.
white ones. We killed them because we killed them.
Oh my God, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. People always upset about stuff when you reverse the race of the
Yeah,
cast.
yeah.
You know what I mean? When they did Annie, it was fucking crazy. You remember the
Yeah.
Annie?
Yeah, and then like I remember people were getting mad about that, and my whole thing was like, when's the last fucking time you've ever gave a fuck about little orphan Annie? Who cares?
Exactly, man. So,
What?
people people are upset. Things change and they want it to be the same like it was yesteryear, you
Yeah.
know. So they on that shit. But I saw like a meme and it had like the Karen like calling the police and it was like the
Yeah.
mermaid that mermaid posted it
Yeah,
too.
yeah. She's like, sir, there's a little redheaded black girl outside of the Red Lobster singing. I think she's gonna attack me, sir. She's like,
For real, man.
ah!
Yeah, and there's like a website where you can go see the dislikes on YouTube, and it has
Yeah.
over 2 million dislikes. That's
I saw
insane.
something like that. It was like 64 million dislikes or something like that.
Oh, maybe okay. Last time I checked, it was like 3 days ago. So yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I don't doubt it. That shit is nuts, man. Oh, I guess it's a good thing that they took away the dislike button because
Yeah.
in a lot of what if like a lot of kids like that was like a lot of people representation means a lot. So
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
in that trailer and they were getting all teary eyed and shit, and then you
I
look over
saw
and
that. Did you see that on TikTok and stuff? That people, dude, I thought that was so fucking cool, dude. I thought that was super cool. Like they had videos of like little girls like watching the Little Mermaid trailer for the first time, and they're like bawling. They're like, "Oh my god, she looks just like me." I'm like, "That's the whole point of the movie." Like you know what I mean? Like that's the whole point of the movies. You know what I mean? Like they're for these people, the fucking kids. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, it was really dope. So I'm like, man. But I'm glad that I'm glad that the kids don't get to see that oh, the trailer has 65 million
yeah.
views. There's 40 million dislikes. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, because that might
Nor do
affect. Uh,
nor do I think like a kid's care. I feel like if a kid is into this, they're gonna go and see this like regardless. Like I don't think kids are like on fucking Rotten Tomatoes are like, oh, this movie's not certified fresh. Fuck the Little Mermaid. I ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I
yeah, for real. Right? Yeah,
mean?
man. That's oh man. They don't really have like kid critics, kid movie critics. That'd be fucking hilarious,
That'd be
man.
interesting to see like a little kid that's already that like jaded and shit that he's just like, well, actually, I thought that movie was very shallow and pedantic.
Like the Little Mermaid reboot. Something smells fishy here, folks.
Yeah, something's fishy in the water, and it ain't the fish. It's Ariel.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be hilarious. A little movie
I
snob.
picture like the little movie snob. He would be a little like Jewish kid that sounds like an old Jewish man. He's just like, "Oh my goodness, did you seen this movie? This movie here. Oh my goodness." That's his catchphrase. That's his catchphrase. Oh my goodness.
Super pets, a super atrocity.
Yeah. It super assaulted my senses. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah, put them all to sleep.
Yeah. The movie should have been called Euthanasia.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
SPCA. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna be
That's
quiet
crazy.
before we go
But
somewhere
yeah,
else.
man,
Yeah,
the whole controversy surrounding every time, like every type of stupid controversy comes out like this, it's just so dumb to me because it's full grown fucking adults being like, "That's my not my childhood." Well, yeah, we should not a fucking child anymore, idiot. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. It's not for you. You know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
not for you, fucking
You know, it's not
moron.
meant to be for you, and that's okay. You can watch the old one, and you can
Yeah.
watch the, you can do all of that, man.
It's just
But
really fucking goofy to me when people are like, "Oh, it's gonna affect the original one." No, it's not. The original one's not gonna get erased. They're not. They don't. A remake doesn't replace the fucking other one. The other one's still fucking there. Like, what the?
exactly, bro. I saw somebody say that like the songs don't sound good like the original. She can't sing like the original girl, and I
Because
was
she's
like,
not the original one.
are
She's
you
different.
fucking kidding me? She sounds better than that.
Yeah, dude. This chick, Chloe. This chick, had what's her name? Haley Berry. Haley
Yeah.
Berry.
Uh-huh.
She's a fucking like a classically trained singer and shit. She's not some fucking bum they got off the street to fucking play Ariel. They didn't find her in some fucking pack, son, and we're like, hey, you want to fucking be the new Ariel? She's like, yeah.
Exactly, man. So I was like, "What are you talking about, man?" She was singing the song, and I was like, "Man, she actually, she actually gave the song, some a little flavor, a little sazon, a
Yeah.
little, what I'm saying." I was like, "Damn!" I
Yeah.
was like, "That was really
And
good." I was like, "Man, they switched the whole thing up and made it a modern take, and compared to that old one, I was like, man, that shit." I was like, "That shit was like a Dawn commercial or something." You know what I'm saying? It was just so. It was so clean, so crispy.
yeah, but I mean,
New one's so dope. I like the new one.
we only get a little bit of we only get a little bit of like the Little Mermaid. It's like only a minute and 24 seconds, and
Yeah,
from what we get, it's mostly like an underwater shot. I mean, I'm assuming it's completely fucking CG, the water and stuff, and
yeah.
you kind of just see her like she's chilling under the water. You see kind of flounders like following behind her, which I don't know who's the voice of Flounder.
Mm,
But they have Flounder like behind her and stuff like that.
mm,
And the one thing I have to say about like these Disney remakes, and we're gonna get into this a lot with the Pinocchio one,
mm.
uh, is that they kind of feel like they kind of feel like they already know that people are gonna like them, or at least like go see them because of like their remakes of like huge fucking animated classics that like
Yeah.
every
They only
like
change a little. They don't really change
yeah.
much. They add a little bit more. Like it's really like 90%. Most of these movies are like 90% the same
Yeah,
fucking.
that's all I was
Like
barely gonna say. Like they're copy and paste the exact same movie, but just with real people, and it seems like with like less effort. Like you know what I mean? Like everything looks good. Like for example, like the Dumbo movie, everything looks good, but that movie is fucking dog shit. Like it's the biggest pile of shit I've seen in a long time. I remember like that movie was so badly fucking acted. They made
wait,
Danny DeVito unlikable. I don't know how you do that.
are these? You know what I'm saying? Like Disney. They're doing remakes of animated cartoons from
The
40,
1950s,
40, yeah,
1940s.
yeah, was it there like the 50s? Like, are those good movies? Do those movies hold up? And I think the answer here is no, because they're doing live action versions of them, and
And
it's
they're the
not
same
really
movie.
holding
It's
up.
not good.
Not holding up. The
Yeah.
Jungle Book. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Aladdin didn't even fucking couldn't make
I
it. And
didn't
that was
like Aladdin.
90s.
Yeah.
That was a 90s one. The Will Smith shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that. But the Dumbo, the Lion King,
Mm.
Jungle Book, Pinocchio. Who else did they do live act? It's not it.
Dude,
It's just not.
speaking of the Lion King,
Mm,
wow, that movie I didn't like it. I thought it was like stupid that they made the same movie twice and people paid to go see the same movie twice.
yeah.
They're making a movie called Mufasa, which is the prequel to Lion King, and it's just going to be about Mufasa. Which
Mm,
I mean, I know I was just talking shit about Disney. I went on a whole fucking rant about Disney, and I was like, they're making the same movie twice.
nah.
I kind of want to see the Mufasa movie a little bit. I kind of want to
Yeah.
see that shit a little bit.
little Mufasa as a cub, you
Yeah,
know, as
especially if
a
they
young
get,
Simba.
especially if they have like James Earl Jones in the beat, and he's like Simba, I'll name my future son Simba, and like Scar's in the beat too, and he's just like, well,
Mm.
brother, like he's like talking like that. Like I would fucking love that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Lion King. I think like they pulled it off the first time, and I just
Yeah,
think they leave it alone, man. It's hard
they
to
keep
kind of,
trying to pull it off, and it just like never works how they want it to work.
yeah, you know what I mean. It's like Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah,
You know what
Timon
I'm
and Pumbaa.
saying? I love Timon. I love Timon and Pumbaa. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how far can you fucking stretch the Lion King? Like they got like Lion King 4 with like fucking like Simba's Pride or some shit where
Oh
he got
yeah, like for a minute
kids.
there, they were like, oh, like Simba had a kid, so they was like the kid had a kid of
And
another
the
kid. I was like,
first kid
what?
had a fucking kid, and then the kid they was beefing and some other shit. And I was just like, I'm like, how, now they're like, fuck it, let's do fucking Mufasa. Let's
Hmm.
bring this shit all the way back because we already done fucked up like the whole lineage of the Lion King. So we
Yeah,
gotta,
that was wild to me, man. That's
know?
wild. But yeah, man, the whole Little Mermaid backlash is fucking stupid to me. It's fucking ridiculous. I just think it's like corny as hell. If you're mad, if you're having to come up with a bunch of excuses as to why you don't like the Little Mermaid, and all of them are based on her skin color, you know what I
Yeah,
think you are, kids? A
you might be
racist.
right.
I think it'd be
Yeah,
easier just say you don't like black people instead of just like making this huge thing like, well, she lives under the water, so she wouldn't even be dark. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You sound like
right.
a fucking idiot. Like, what?
Yeah, this movie it felt like a moment, you know what I'm saying? Because just
Yeah.
like a Panther, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like Black Panther, that
Yeah.
shit felt like a moment. People was like, "Yo, what the fuck? We got fucking Black Panther!" Like, you know what I'm
People
saying?
were even shitting on Namor because he's Mexican now too. Like they were like, why they make him Mexican? Namor's not Mexican. I'm like, well, what the fuck? We're not gonna be mad about fucking everything. I was like, Jesus Christ, let us have one. I was like, let me have a superhero. We ain't
Yeah,
got no superheroes.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted him to be like Japanese or whatever because he
I was like,
usually looks
Jesus.
Japanese. But whatever, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I was like, I don't. That doesn't matter. Namor is not wasn't a real person. He's not a real person. Like it's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like Namor, like they kind of look, it kind of looks like Aztec or like Mayan
Yeah, he's
esque.
like an Aztec Mayan type dad.
And
That's for
then
sure.
like you got like Aquaman and he's like Pacific Islander. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like they
Yeah.
like in both universes, they're like, yeah, like let's change this up.
Yeah, let's change this up a little bit. Yeah, because like Aquaman was like the most like vanilla white guy character of all time. They were like, we have enough like blonde white dudes on the team. We can get another guy. We need another kind of guy.
You're Jason Momoa. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Which,
Fuck.
dude, that was the most interesting decision ever to be like, hey, you see Aquaman who looks like this? Why don't we get the guy that looks like this to play Aquaman? You're like, what? You're like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, imagine if they had like some guy that looks like a young Brad Pitt, like playing Aquaman, like jumping out of the water. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't know if that shit would have fit. You know?
It would be like the movie it would be like the show The Boys, like how silly the Deep looks. It would be like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. It'd be just like that. Or they'd have to make him like a fucking Viking style type
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? They kind of
They did a good job with that. I have to say, like Jason Momoa, maybe he's not like a Oscar worthy actor or whatever, but he did something that I don't think a lot of people could fucking do. He made Aquaman cool. You know what I mean? He made Aquaman like cool. Like I was like,
that's
okay,
hard as fuck to do to make Aquaman cool,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. They'd be
And
like,
that's
yeah,
all.
he's like a total like fucking Giga Chad, fucking Jason Momoa. He's like, yeah, bro, what's up? Like, yeah, hey.
And the chicks love Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman is fucking dope, dude. Aquaman is cool. I like that Aquaman is like 17 different movies in one movie. They just like I feel like the director of the movie was like, I have no idea if we're ever going to be able to make another one of these fucking movies. So I'm
Uh,
making fucking everything in this movie right now.
yeah,
Aquaman 1 through 4 is happening in this movie.
that shit was, bro. And I love that movie, bro. I actually like
Yeah, the
that.
movie's really good.
Yeah, it was just so much going on in there, man. It's a visual
It's
masterpiece.
amazing. It's
You just look
amazing.
back and you're just like, okay, bro, this shit is aquarium style. What the
Yeah.
fuck is going on over here?
Dude, I have to say, like that has like Avatar level like underwater scenes
Cool.
where like the
Yeah,
water is like I'm like they look fucking cool underwater. I was like, that's fucking dope. They have people
true.
riding on fucking crab monsters and like ginormous seahorses and shit. I was like, what? Come on, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, fucking riding on underwater dinosaurs and doing
Yeah.
crazy shit, man. Oh
And
man, yeah, I
fucking
can't
Dolph
wait to.
Lundgren's there with orange hair. Like, what? Get out of here.
Yeah, that's it. It's sold. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
I can't wait to see Namor too. Hopefully they'll do
Yeah, that's
something
gonna
really
be
cool
fun.
with his jewels
That's
and
gonna be
stuff like
fun.
that.
Disney has a lot of cool stuff coming out, man. Aside from Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever,
Mhm.
at the D23 Expo, which is Disney's like giant expo that they have every year where they release like
Uh,
all the fucking news like of everything that they're talking about or everything that's big that's going to come out. They unleashed, yeah, basically they unleashed. Yeah, they talked about the cast for for the Thunderbolts movie, which is
mhm.
like Marvel's version of like the Suicide Squad. And they have some pretty cool fucking people on it, man. They're gonna have fucking Bucky, the fucking Winter
So
Soldier
yeah,
is gonna be on it.
Winter
Uh,
Soldier, U.S.
yeah,
Agent,
U.S. Agent,
mhm. That
Kate
Red Guardians.
Kate Bishop, Red Guardian, Yelena, the Black Widow's sister,
Yeah,
and Taskmaster, which I like to call her Ass Master because that character was fucking ass in
for
Black
real.
Widow. And then they're also gonna have Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp Part 2, which that looks really good. And they showed off what Modoc is gonna look like in Ant-Man Part 3, the quantum
Yeah,
something
yeah,
something,
Quantum
yeah.
Realm, something.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so
Fucking
apparently, yeah, he's gonna fight against Modoc, which is fucking awesome to me. For those of
that,
y'all that aren't aware of who Modoc is, Modoc is a giant fucking head with like little tiny legs and like little tiny arms, and basically he like is really smart and shoots like laser beams out of like his head via like a little bracelet that he has like on his head. And yeah, it's fucking crazy. That's a perfect villain for like this version of Ant-Man to be fighting. Like that's the only
yeah,
one that makes sense that he would Ant-Man would be fighting fucking Modoc.
yeah, fucking Modoc is quite a unique character, man. They just, Marvel just be doing the most pulling shit out the bag, like, bro. Modoc,
Hey man, I'm here for it, man.
like Modoc. Have you heard of Modoc before this? Like before he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Hulu
Modoc
and all?
was one of my more favorite characters, man, in the Marvel universe. I like the Marvel that I like, dude, a lot. I like the Marvel, like I like Man Thing. I
Mhm.
like Werewolf by Night. I like Modoc. I like Morbius, of course, is one of my. I believe it or not, Morbius is one of my favorite characters from the Marvel universe. Spider-Man, I like when. Yeah, yeah. Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that. And Spider-Man, of course, because he's so fucking like Spider-Man. Like to me, I've always thought of him as like a horror movie. This fucking kid got bit by a spider and now he like has fucking spider powers. He's like half spider now. That's fucking crazy. That's like a
Yeah,
body horror movie. Like he could rip somebody's face off. Like if he touches their face, his hand could stick to their face and get rip their fucking face off. Like that's crazy.
he better be glad he ain't bit by no fucking fly.
No, yeah, we seen how that movie goes, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. But yeah, man, I like all the horror, like the weird aspects of like Marvel, dude, because Marvel has a really cool like dark stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're always known for their light stuff, but they have cool dark shit, as I know that you know.
And fucking
Yeah.
Blackheart and fucking
One of their characters was, I don't know if you remember, like Sam, the son of Satan. That was one of their fucking characters for a long time.
damn, no, that's
You don't
crazy.
remember that? They had a Son of Satan comic book, and he would always come out with like Blade and shit like that. And he would, I mean, because of course, you know, Blade's like with the vampires and shit like that. Yeah, and like that's like fucking man in the heavy metal style. But
You,
yeah, man.
you love zombie music.
Yeah, you hear Rob Zombie in the back. He's like, "Yeah, Frankenstein chicken in the oven." Yeah.
Kill the vampires. Fuck yeah,
I
man.
like
Yeah, they
that
had that.
every I like that
Yeah.
every Rob Zombie song is just like a compilation of random spooky shit, like mixed in with his like weird, like hillbilly goth like rap style of like delivery. He's like, "Sexy demon motorbike chupacabra, yeah." Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Rob Zombie?
Yeah. His name is Rob Zombie, bro. You
Yeah,
gotta hit
he's
the spooky hillbilly raps, bro, with this fucking weird wife in every video. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We gotta do it, bro. Look at my wife.
my wife.
Exactly. Number two prostitute.
Yeah, yeah. She worst actress in Hollywood, but I still love her. I still love her. But yeah, speaking of that, dude, the Rob Zombies, The Monsters comes out in like fucking 10 days or something like that. We have to talk about that. I know you don't want to fucking watch
All right,
that.
we have to. Fuck it. Let's
Yeah,
do it, man.
we have
This
to.
is gonna be good or it's gonna be fucking terrible. So let's go. Let's
I,
try.
it
See
looks
what's
like a
going on.
fucking it looks like a commercial for fucking Payless or some shit. Looks cheap as fuck.
The Lifetime movie budget,
Yeah.
son.
Rob
Oh
Zombie shot it
man,
on his fucking flip phone or some shit.
that's the fucking Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, it has
Fucking
no, dude. It has that weird gloss over it. It has that weird hallmarky gloss. Yeah, like that weird, like that real like soap opera fucking lighting.
that soap opera cheap Christmas movie.
Yeah, like that, like it's foggy, like right, like the lens is like foggy for some reason. Like you're like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
going on?
he must do. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does with this. It's just a movie, right? It's not a
Yeah,
series,
no, it's
right?
not
It's
a
a
show.
movie.
They were like, we're not gonna
Oh,
give you money for that.
no fucking kids and none of that shit. Oh man, this might be tough to watch, but hey, I guess we're gonna have to
Yeah,
get through it,
I'm
man.
not really
Because I
sure on
like the kid.
the. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure on the tone of the movie. Like, I'm not sure what to expect from it because since it's Rob Zombie.
It's a rom com. It's a fucking Halloween rom com. That's what it looked like to me in that
Yeah, yeah,
trailer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
Like,
don't know if it's gonna be like dirty or like I don't think it's rated R. I think it's like PG.
yeah, it's gonna be some goofy shit, man. It's gonna be some goofy shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they had laugh tracks in that bitch.
I think they do. I think they actually do. And speaking of goofy shit, dude, it's
Yeah.
time to move on to our movie of the night. And again, ghouls and gals, we're going to be talking about Pinocchio 2022, or as I like to call it, Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, dude. So like once again, you saw this movie more recently than me. So let me know, what did you think of Pinocchio, which is currently streaming on Disney Plus if any of you all want to suffer through that.
I love this movie. I had an egg roll
Oh
over
my
here, so I had to
god.
do that. Bro,
Jesus.
um, what the fuck was going on with this shit, bro? Like, I love the original Pinocchio, and I must admit that it is a weird fucking movie to begin with. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they didn't change much of this. They didn't change
No.
much at all, and it was still like, what the fuck? And then I had to recollect and go, yeah, that's yeah,
You're
that's
like, Pinocchio's always been weird.
but yeah, man. But yeah, I saw it, and it was quite difficult to watch, man. It was crazy. It was nuts, man. What did you like that first when he became a boy and when he when the blue fairy like right when Geppetto wished on the star and everything like that? Um, that's what fucked me up. You know what I mean? Because I was like, he was like, "Oh, a wish star. I can wish for anything." So I was like, "Wish for your fucking family back."
No shit. And then
You
fucking
know what
credits
I'm
roll.
saying?
Like that. That's the end. He got his family back. Thank you for coming, kids. Watch She-Hulk now. Watch
Yeah.
the latest episode.
Yeah, they should have did that because this was just a weird, confusing adventure, man. I was just like, what the fuck? Even the blue fairy was confused. They didn't know what to do. They shot the they shot the blue magic off of the kid's picture, off of that into the
Oh.
fucking puppet boy. And then it wasn't even his son either, so that was even more. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is such a weird, such a weird
Speaking of
thing to
that,
go.
dude, of the magic. Speaking of the magic, what the fuck was up with that effect? Did they have a fucking off day in the fucking CGI department or some shit? That shit looked
Which
whatever, like she was doing like the like that, like I was like, is this the fucking Star Wars movie from the 1970s? I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, did y'all waste all y'all's money on Pinocchio? Is that why everything looks all fucking weird and shit? I was like, what
there
the
was a
fuck?
lot of scenes in here. I like the Blue Fairy's dress. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a different take on it. Because like the original one is just
And
not
she's
gonna
like a
work.
famous
You
actress,
know what
right?
I'm
Like she's like
saying?
a famous actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. I was like, all right, cool. But there was a lot of visual effects problems in this movie.
Yeah.
Like there'd be certain shots and I'm just like, I would look at my wife like, that didn't look right. That didn't, you know what I'm saying? I was like, did you see that? She was like, yeah. I was like, did you see that? I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's, a little glitchy over
I
here. There's
also
little angles and stuff. It's so weird.
I also think Tom Hanks Tom Hanks's portrayal of Geppetto, he portrays Geppetto like if Geppetto was fucking mentally handicapped or something. He's like, oh, Pinocchio, oh. He's off. Like Geppetto, like doesn't has no fucking brains or something. He's like, let me send my little wooden son to school who like doesn't even know what the fucking sun is, and I'm gonna expect for him to like walk to school on his own while I hang out in my wood fucking shop where I don't sell wood things.
Right. Yeah, he definitely was not in the right state of mind to be homeschooling Pinocchio. But goddamn, bro, the kid was just born like the fucking last night. You know what I mean? Like the day before or something. Like, and you're gonna send him to school. He doesn't know what the sun is. He doesn't even. You just told him what school was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I
still a
like
concept, bro.
I like at first when they
Oh,
made Pinocchio, he comes
mm.
out like really, really stupid, and the blue fairy's like,
Okay.
"Oh no, we're gonna have to fix that." She's like, "We're gonna have to fix that."
Yeah.
He's like, "Your
Like,
dad's
hold on,
already
hold on, hold on.
he's
Okay, all right. I'm the blue fairy. You're the blue fairy. Okay, we good now. All
yeah,
right. Yeah, so when she did that, I said, "Oh shit!" She had to give his ass a fucking brain. I said,
yeah,
"Oh,
he's stupid as fuck.
shit, a fucking wooden brain, huh?" Br- But yeah, but the one that she gave him, it wasn't that much either, man. You know
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
was
saying?
naive and stupid as fuck.
Yeah, but I guess that was like, like I guess part of the charm of the character, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like part of the thing that, makes it believable, like, okay, yeah, this is a kid, he doesn't know much. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
going slow. You can't really blame him. He's like, I'm going to school. You want to be famous. I want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, whatever, impressionable, but that's how kids are though, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
Like
yeah, for sure.
but
Pinocchio
uh
Pinocchio just comes off so creepy though.
it's like such a creepy cautionary tale.
Yeah, but and
Like
then Pinocchio himself just comes off really creepy. Like I'm like, is he gonna stab somebody? I was like, is he gonna go all Chucky and kill somebody up in this bitch or what? Uh, I mean,
mm,
the whole movie, like, I kept thinking to myself, I was like, man, like, I I don't remember Pinocchio being like this, like weird. I'm like, or I guess I like it doesn't translate as well to live action as I remembered it did. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, because they did a lot of shit in this movie that I was kind of like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like the whole shit, like with Tom Hanks, like Tom Hanks in general, like what the
mm.
fuck was he thinking? Like his character, like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
They kind of made like subtle hints and stuff, like, oh, I haven't gotten out much since,
Yeah, he
since
hasn't fucked any bitches in a while.
yeah, well, since he lost his right, he
That's
had a
what the
son.
blue fairy said, right? She was like, "Oh, he don't get no bitches, so like he's obviously not gonna get anybody pregnant."
Yeah, yeah, he didn't wish for another wife.
Yeah, she's like he could have wished for another fucking chick, but he's a fucking idiot, as you can see. He was like, "I
Oh,
want a wooden son."
yeah, and then he was making all the clocks and making all the other stuff. Well, I guess he wouldn't sell the clocks, but he would sell the other things. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, he's just like making stuff all day, and
Yeah, and he
doesn't
doesn't sell it.
he's hoarding shit, from
Yeah,
his fucking wife loved the clocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like you need, it's clear that he hasn't moved on since he lost his wife and his kid and shit like that. So he's definitely not all there. And you can definitely tell, but they definitely just did like hints of it. And I was like, okay, whatever. Let's just keep this shit moving.
and then
But
his accent was like if he was speaking in fucking like in pasta, he's like, "Oh, Pinocchio, pasta, ragu, aga, bagu, wadu, bada, badi."
yeah, it was weird because like a lot of people had like different accents, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was supposed to be like Italy, but everybody had like a different Italian accent. It was like,
Yeah, they're like Italy, the cultural melting pot where people from all over the world are at.
maybe, yeah, I don't know. I forgot what city they thought. Maybe it was like a made up or whatever, but it felt like, it was supposed to be in Italy. And I
Because
was like,
he goes to the island of Misfit Toys or whatever the fuck it's called, Pleasure Island, which is like a weird
mm,
name for like an island, which kind of sounds cool. Like sounds like people be fucking over there. But yeah, he goes to Pleasure Island and he meets some kid who's like, "Yeah, what's your name over here, little hot filly?" Huh? And he's just
mm.
like, "Why are you talking like that? We're in Italy." Pinocchio's like, "What?"
Yeah, bro.
What did you think of the random celebrity cameos that just like pop up for like 1 second and then boop, that character's gone?
What, in like the clocks and stuff like that? Like all like
No,
the
like for
eggs?
example, they had Luke Evans. They had that guy Luke Evans who played Dracula. He was popped up. He was like singing, and like like every time they had a musical number, it was like somebody famous was there. Like the Blue Fairy was a famous actress too,
Uh,
and then they also had that guy Luke Evans in the movie as well.
yeah.
And like the musical numbers too, like they were just so like abrupt. Like they'd come out and he'd be like blah blah blah. Okay, we're back to the movie. I'm like, what the fuck? And like it was just weird. Like it was just weird. Those weird random celebrity cameos kind of like threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? I thought they were going to be a character, but they weren't. You know, just
Oh,
weird.
yeah. I didn't even notice any. I didn't even notice them. I was like,
And
I was trying to think.
even the cat, Key and Peele was the cat, right?
Yeah, but yeah, I looked it up because I was just like, who the fuck is this cat? Because he's killing this.
Yeah, he
You
was
know,
funny.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he
yo,
was
he's
really funny.
killing this shit. It was just so weird that Pinocchio was just getting like fucking child trafficked pretty much. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Not once, but twice in the same day on his first day
I
outside,
like that
fam.
Tom Hanks is like, oh, that happened to you all in one day. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Bro, they were talking to each other for like 2 miles. Yeah,
Yeah.
that, and then this happened, and then I don't
He's
know.
just
I was like, bro, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how long have you been talking? Like, what the fuck? That was like, he's just been yelling at the top of his lungs for, but hey.
It's just the movie, like obviously,
Mhm,
the movie is not for us, it's for kids and stuff like that. But I mean,
mhm,
like, it makes so many weird fucking choices, man. The movie is just so like odd, like so fucking odd. And not even because the story of Pinocchio is odd. Like the
uh-huh.
movie just has this weird fucking tone. Like I can never find out, like I could never like get like my footing in this movie. I was like, what kind of fucking movie is this? I was like, who are they making this movie for?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a dark world that they're set in.
Kind of,
Um,
yeah.
I'm saying like for the most part, like this feels like a dark movie. You know what I'm saying? Just he's getting, he tries to be an actor. They fucking throw him in the cage, try to take
Yep.
all his money, keep him away from his parents. You know what I'm saying? Then he's outside, and they steal him off the street with a whole bunch of other kids that are on the street, like a whole
Yeah.
bunch of missing kids. And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm
Yeah,
the
they literally
collector."
like just snatch
I'm
his
the
ass up. Yeah, they're like
yeah.
he's like, wow.
The kid was like, "Yeah, you were outside. You were on the street. And it's late at night. That's what happens when you're outside." He's the collector, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the collector." So what the fuck? So I'm like, this guy just fucking kidnaps kids off the street at night
Yeah,
and
to
fucking
take him
takes
to
them
Pleasure
all
Island.
to Pleasure Island to turn them into donkeys for smoke demons to send them to
Yeah,
salt
what was
mines.
that? What was that about? Yeah,
They
what
didn't
was that?
they didn't explain any of that at all in any aspect, bro. It was just like, okay, you just got to roll with it. That guy can control smoke demons that turn kids into donkeys when they have fun in
Yeah.
amusement parks. I
I
don't know.
mean, the donkey stuff was cool because obviously that's part of the Pinocchio like story. Like that's
Yeah.
like one of the big things in the
Oh
Pinocchio
yeah, I
story.
love Pleasure Island. That's my favorite part because in the original there was drinking,
Yeah,
smoking,
smoking,
gambling.
gambling.
They was like
Yeah,
shooting guns and shooting
yeah.
BB guns and shit. Like they was having fun. Like that shit was crazy. I always loved it. And this one they did it a good job too. I loved the way that they had it set up, man. All the shit that they was doing, the root beer and the
Yeah.
kids drinking shit and yelling, with the they had like the projector and shit. That shit was dope, man. I loved it. I was like, man, but it was just so weird though. It was like you said, it was like an eerie Twilight Zone
Yeah, we
episode.
just had this
It just
weird,
went fucking left real quick, bro. It just went left real
yeah.
quick.
and
Ah,
like and like the director is Robert Zemeckis, who's directed
yeah,
like a lot of cool stuff. He's directed Back
yeah,
to the
yeah.
Future, Monster House, just to name a few things. So
Mhm,
obviously he knows how to direct like an animated film, but it's just
mhm.
like you can tell like they don't really get to color outside of the lines like a whole lot with these movies. Like they just
Yeah,
remade the Pinocchio movie. Like they literally just did that. They remade the Pinocchio movie, but just with real people.
yeah, and then they added a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They got he got a black girlfriend puppet.
Yeah, he has a black chick now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was dope. I was like, oh shit,
People
that
are
was
gonna be like, "Why is Pinocchio's girlfriend black? Why does she gotta be black?" Disney's so fucking woke.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they might complain about that, but yeah, I'm glad that they got rid of like the fat Italian guy that was like exploiting the puppeteer team or
Oh yeah, he
whatever.
got arrested really quick, and then
Yeah, I like
somehow
that
the
they did
girl's like,
that.
"Oh yeah, we stole his shit. It's my circus now. Fuck that guy." He
Hell
called me
yeah.
the N word. He called me the N word. Pinocchio was like, "What? What's that?"
For real. Yeah, that was dope, man. I like that part of it.
You know what I just
I-
realized?
what
I
up?
just realized they didn't do the nose thing a lot. They only did it like one time.
Yeah, they did it one time because he wasn't full of shit, I guess, in this one, huh? He was like, nah, I ain't doing all that no more.
What? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but they only did it the one time because it was convenient to the plot. They're like, oh, how is he gonna get out of here? Oh, he's gonna have to lie, and it's gonna like.
Yo, what's his name? Killed it as Jiminy Cricket. I didn't even know that was him until I pulled it up and shit. I forgot his name. Damn. The dude that voiced Jiminy Cricket, he did a good job, man.
I don't remember who. I don't know who voiced him.
I don't remember who it is either, but he killed it though. I was like, man, he sounds very similar to like the old Jiminy
Yeah,
Cricket,
to the
the
cartoon.
shit that he was saying and stuff. I was like, man, he sounds good, man. He played that. He did a good voice. Good. He did such a good job. You didn't recognize his voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah.
like, oh shit, I know who that is. That doesn't sound like
What
him
did
at
you
all.
think of Pinocchio? Like our main character, Pinocchio, like his voice. What did you think of the voice of Pinocchio?
Yeah, he was all right, man. He's just a fucking annoying kid. I don't know. I
I
just
read
didn't like.
right. His default voice is like just kid, right? Like
Yeah,
kid.
yeah, exactly. He's just like a little kid. I want to be a boy. I
Yeah.
want like, you know what I mean? There's not much depth to that character. You know what I'm saying? Because
I like when
you
Tom
know,
Hanks, like towards the end, is kind of like, well, like, if you become a real boy, you can't do dope ass shit like that. And Pinocchio's like, motherfucker, I just saved you. Like he's like, what the fuck?
yeah. Fucking Geppetto gave him like a backhanded compliment and
Yeah,
shit.
he's like,
Like, whoa, where'd that come from? Why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like a real boy couldn't do that. You're like, whoa,
yeah, he's like,
the
bitch.
fuck? Why'd you say that, bro?
But yeah, man,
I was out of pocket.
the whole movie, I think my whole
The
main
whale,
the whale was cool.
the
That was cool.
whale.
And yeah, that was totally different than that was the one thing that was totally different than the original movie. It was like this octopus whale.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Some fucking was it Cthulhu?
Yeah, like some Cthulhu type shit. Pinocchio was like this like interspecies like god, and he's like, you will bow to me, Cthulhu, and he like just that'd be cool if he got in a fight with Cthulhu, right? And he like grows his nose and he like stabs him.
Oh yeah,
Ah!
yeah, through his
Yeah.
mouth, through his out,
Yep.
through his head. He just lies.
Jiminy Cricket's
Ah,
like, no, Pinocchio, don't do it. Don't do it, Pinocchio.
yeah, I like Jiminy Cricket. Like he was like doing like slang and shit. Yo, Pinocchio, I'm over here, man.
Yeah, I'm over
Stop
here.
doing that dumb
They got my
shit.
ass stuck in this jar, motherfucker. God damn.
Yo, with the blue, yo, when the blue fairy was like, "Do you want a job?" He was like, "Not really." I
Yeah,
was
he's
like,
like,
"Bro,
nah.
nigga, you ain't doing shit." He was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, well, I guess."
Jiminy Cricket's like, I be on that unemployment shit. He's like, I'm just be
She
out
was
here
like,
chilling.
"Nigga, you ain't got no, she was like, Jiminy, you don't got no place to live. You're a
Yeah,
vagabond. He was like,
you're homeless
oh,
and
yeah,
shit,
you're
though.
right.
Yeah.
He's like,
You don't
yeah,
even
you're
got any
right.
shoes.
Okay. For
Yeah,
real.
he's like with your
He was
dusty
wearing
ass
kind
jacket.
of, he had the flip flops and the potato sack jacket. That
Yeah,
shit was
he was
crazy.
rocking them those old school slides from the Walmart.
For real, he had a little cricket toes. I was like, oh shit, they got a
Yeah.
little cricket feet on there, man. What the
How
hell
come they didn't
going
give
on
my
here?
boy Jiminy Cricket a girlfriend? They gave Pinocchio a fucking black puppet girlfriend.
I
They
don't know.
they couldn't hook my boy Jiminy Cricket up with a Bratz doll or something.
Geppetto got a
J-
white
J-
puppy in the
yeah,
closet.
Geppetto's like, I'm gonna make you a cricket, a white one. He's like,
That was
Pinocchio brought something home I don't like.
Yeah, man. This movie was damn man. I love Pinocchio too, man. So it's a damn
Pinocchio's
shame
cool,
that
man.
I
Like the story of Pinocchio is inherently weird and stuff, but I just
mm,
feel like Robert Zemeckis, for whatever reason, he couldn't like nail the tone of this movie, which really hurt this movie a lot. And
yeah,
this movie glazes over a lot of stuff. Like the Blue Fairy is in the movie for like 10 seconds, and
mm,
like everything that happens in the movie just happens so quick and so abruptly. And
yeah.
it's all like spearheaded with like this weird fucking performance that like Tom Hanks is giving.
And it's all in one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all these
But it
things
doesn't
like
seem like it's
it,
in one day
it,
because I could have sworn
it
like nighttime passed and shit like that at one
will be
point.
the end. He's like, you did all that in one day, and he's like, oh shit. Well, I guess right because he went to school. He ain't seen his dad since he went to
I
school,
guess, yeah.
but I don't think so though. It had to be more than one day on that shit, man, because he was doing a little too fucking much, you
Yeah.
know. He was doing too much. You know what? What did you think about the ending for this?
I thought it was interesting that they kind of left the ending like ambiguous, and they were like, "Well, maybe he didn't turn into a real boy because you don't get what you always want in life, kids." No, I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
But I know, yeah, I kind of like that they let it go ambiguous, like an
Hmm.
ambiguous ending, and they were kind of just like, "But that's up to you to decide," right? Didn't they say something like that?
Yeah, well, you know what? I had to rewind it too because I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, no, 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 no. That was just a little too fast for me. I was like, let me run this shit the fuck back and see what was going on here. But yeah, so they were saying, that so he became a real boy. Some say he became a real boy, and others
And
tell
some say,
stories about
yeah, some
him
tell stories
and
about him.
da 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 and but when it's but they also in that when they're talking all of that, they also say, yeah, like it doesn't matter if you're not a real boy or not. It's what's on the inside that counts and how you feel and all some shit like that. But if you look at it and rewind it, you can see Pinocchio turning into a real boy when they leave the
Yeah, he
cave.
gets like normal hair.
Yeah,
And
he gets normal hair and the fucking creases out of his elbows and
yeah.
legs. They go away and like in that cave, you kind of see like a little hint of like blue fairy magic in there.
Mm.
Like it's kind of like a blue light. It's like, oh, we're gonna go that way. He's like, okay. And then when they go out there, it's like, oh shit, man. So he does turn into a real boy. It's not really like, but they did leave it open ended like that. So I did think that that was a really, really dope aspect of it. You know what I mean? Especially in today's gender neutral, gender fluid
Yeah,
society.
I don't know, man. Like I don't know why I ran into so much stuff in this movie, dude. Like I just honestly like I hated the tone of it. I hated Tom Hanks's performance in this.
Yeah.
Um Pinocchio on his own, like he's okay, I guess. You know what I mean? Like he's not like
He's just a
annoying.
kid. He's an innocent kid. You can't be mad at. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
you
he's not
can't.
like annoying or anything. I just feel like the world around him it was very like rushed and they kind of like didn't take their time with this movie. It feels
uh
like they kind of just like slapped it together and they were like, "Yeah, that's the Pinocchio movie. Tom Hanks is in it. Fucking put it on for your kids because you're not gonna watch it and you just want this movie to fucking watch them. So go drink your fucking wine, put on the Pinocchio movie. Your kids just want to see fucking bright colors flash in front of the screen. They don't care. It's fine." Like that's like kind of like the message like the movie was giving me. Like you know what I mean? They're like, don't worry, Pinocchio's gonna run around and be like talking a lot, so that your kids will watch it. Like it's gonna be okay.
Damn, man. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, you're right, man. And I don't even know like what the message of this movie was about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, what is it supposed to be? Like, listen to your father
Just be a
and
good person, I guess. So you don't turn
be
into
a
a
good
zombie.
person, listen to your father, do the right thing. Don't become an actor because they'll fucking destroy you and
They'll
throw you.
borderline rape you and throw you in a cage.
Exactly. And stay away from the puppet shows. Right. Don't hang out at night on the streets because people will
Yeah.
take you and take you to Pleasure Island. Like it's a lot of weird shit that's in here, that you have to explain. The smoke demons. That's definitely one of the I gotta look
Yeah.
that up and see where that came from in the book. I feel like it was probably from a even darker place, but they probably couldn't go that dark with Pinocchio. They didn't do it back then, and they probably didn't do it now.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I
just feel
mean?
like they needed a little bit more breathing room. This movie maybe could have been
Yeah.
a little bit longer and they could have kind of you know what I mean? Like kind of had a little bit more leg room and stuff like that to kind of like pad out like a little bit of Pinocchio's lore and stuff like that. Give us a little bit
Mhm.
more of the blue fairy, give us a little
Yeah.
bit of just more like like more. You know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
like they kind
A
of did
rushed
like
adventure.
yeah, they gave us they kind of just gave us like the bare minimum, the very bare minimum possible, and they were kind of just like, ah, yeah, that's enough. And that's kind
Mhm.
of like the revolving theme with all of these like Disney movies, these live action Disney movies is like they already know they got you in the fucking bag for like whether it's Pinocchio, Aladdin, The Lion King, fucking
Right.
Jumanji, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like they know
Mhm.
that people are gonna go see that shit because that's literally their fucking childhood. Disney like
Exactly.
owns your fucking childhood, and they know that. So they know that you're gonna go fucking see whatever they pop out. They
We
could have
did.
made they could have yeah we did yeah we both sat through it. We both paid for Disney Plus or continue to pay for Disney Plus, however we get it or whatever, and
Mhm.
we watched the fucking Pinocchio movie. So we're like they got you
Yeah.
in the bag no matter what. And
Yeah,
now
the,
you know what I mean, so much so that I'm even making a video about why I didn't like Pinocchio the movie.
yeah, man. This was a whew, damn. This was definitely one of the worst ones that I've seen
Yeah,
out of the
this
live action
movie
movies, man.
yeah, it got the copy paste treatment, and then you're just kind of just like, oh, whoa, whoa. Pinocchio's kind of weird. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. The only reason I like the original one is because of Pleasure Island, because they get to go do all that crazy wild shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I liked about it as a kid, like them wilding out, smoking, drinking at the amusement park. But in general, I mean, that movie is not that great either. This is just a
No.
live action version, so it's hard for me to be really like rate the movie. I really love the cartoon, but only for that
Mm.
really much of a segment of it because it is such a dark different. Dumbo's really dark too and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
Dumbo
mean?
is really dark too. Yeah, the original
Yeah,
Dumbo is really dark, but the Tim Burton one, at least I will say the Tim Burton one, like they do something kind of like different. They do something different
yeah,
with like the
yeah.
Dumbo
They
shit.
they switched it up on that one for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah. What are you gonna rate fucking this movie, bro?
On Letterbox, I think I gave this one like a like 1.5 stars. So I'm gonna give this one like a 1.5 stars out of 5. I
Yeah,
really didn't like dig this movie, man. I really just didn't dig really anything that they did with this. Like I said again, the tone is fucking weird. I just didn't really enjoy it. It kind of was like it just like quick blaze through. It felt like the movie was like 30 minutes long. And I was like, God damn, I was like, they like just kind of glossed over like over everything. And it almost felt like to the point to where like they couldn't help but get to the ending of this movie. Like they're like rushing to get to the end of it.
yeah, yeah. I felt like they did too, and that's why I was like, hold on, you guys just rushed that last thing. That was they put the cherry on top with the bow with the caption
Yeah, but
and
like
the
why not just show him turn into a real kid? I mean, what would be so hard about that?
well, because they wanted to keep it, it's up to you type shit
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, we can do that. We can leave it open. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a different take on it, man. But I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I'm gonna have to give it that 1.5, man, because Tom Hanks did not do a good job.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is fucking like insane in this movie.
I think my favorite two things are Jiminy Cricket and the Wolf character.
Oh yeah, that
Whenever
guy was
whenever the Wolf character was on screen, he stole the show. He
Mhm.
kept punching his fucking sidekick in the face, always doing some crazy wild shit to him. He was always having that gift of gab on that hustle shit. I was like, yo, I was like, I want to see that movie. Follow them around all
Yeah,
fucking
the
day.
Wolf movie would be cooler. I want to see the Wolf one.
That'd be really cool. They would have
Wolf
had a
of
little
Wall
bit more
Street.
of them in the movie, maybe some backstory to a little bit more of the characters, man, because they definitely did rush it, man. But
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
a live action copy and paste. This is what they do. There's never ever been a Disney live remake that's been better than the original, and it's probably not going to be. So we
Yeah,
just we just gotta just keep it for what it is, man.
yeah. I think the moral of the story is like they need to just like stop doing this. Like I mean, which they're not because these movies print fucking money. Which I'm surprised Pinocchio didn't come out in theaters.
Yeah,
Was
me too.
Pinocchio in theaters?
I have no idea, but it's fucking about to be Halloween and shit. It's
Yeah.
fall. That doesn't strike me as
Yeah, I don't know.
like
I guess they didn't have any faith in Pinocchio. I guess even they were like, "Nah, we'll put that one on Disney Plus."
they should have
Like,
dropped
yeah,
that. They should have dropped that shit on like fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas.
yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
that would
saying?
have been a good. That would have been a yeah. That would have been a good Christmas one or a Thanksgiving one, and they could have waited. I don't think people were clamoring for the fucking Pinocchio movie. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. I don't think people were kind of like, "Where's the Pinocchio movie? Give
What
me
do they
the
want?
Pinocchio the movie. Where's the
Yeah,
Pinocchio movie? Ravioli pasta. Give me the Pinocchioli." You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Offer reviews. Release it now.
Yeah, release the Pinocchio movie now. I don't care if it's shitty.
Uh, it is.
Yeah, so there you have it, ghouls and gals. Pinocchio, was it a dope or was it a nope? It's a nope. Yeah, yeah,
Pinocchio, no man, no
yeah,
fucking way. If you're a fan of the original, you definitely got to check it out just to see what they added
yeah,
in. There's some cool scenes in here that are interesting. They kept a lot of the shots from the original one into this one too. There was certain shots that I was like, oh, I remember this, I remember this. So that was cool. But other than
yeah,
that, man, uh, fucking flaming turd, wasting time, bro, wasting time.
yeah. Well, there you have it, ghouls and gals. And like always, thanks for joining us. And Ryan.T, and this guy right here is.
Did Retro 727, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys on the next episode.
Hell yeah, we'll see you on the next one.